Okay, my name's Norm White. I'm the Associate Professor of Criminology and Criminal Justice. I am the Director of the Criminal Justice Undergraduate Program, previously the Director of the Graduate Program. Did I say I'm a criminologist? I'm a criminologist, and I've been here for 10 years. So the mission of the university, as I understood it when I came here, was that this is a Jesuit university is a place where people are concerned, or academics or students are concerned about the world that they live in. So that they're concerned enough that they want to work for social justice. They want to reach out and help people in ways that you may not ordinarily get at a public university. So the mission to me means that we have to honor that in our students, that we have to go out beyond the classroom and introduce them to situations and people and circumstances that were not part of their growing up, so that they have an opportunity to learn something more about not only those kind of contextual situations, but themselves. And that's at the core of that really is at the core of what we should be about. So for me, the mission is, it's a spiritual journey. It's a spiritual touching of souls. It's a connection to others in ways that make them no longer others, and then just become a part of us. You know what I mean? I've met students here that are incredible. I meet students here all the time that are just incredibly wonderful young people who have this thing about them that says that, I really care about the world and that I would like to do something in it. And why aren't you all helping me to do that? So that becomes the question. When I first started working going out and doing stuff in the community in St. Louis, it was a function of students had come to me and said, the people talk about service here, and it's men and women for others, but that it's always about events. It's always kind of this stuff that's unfulfilling, and I'd like to be able to leave the campus and find a way to really make a difference. And it got me thinking about, how do I do that? And it was, what it came away with is, I need to go with them and I need to spend time with them in the community in ways that allow them to go, what I actually called back then, elbow to elbow. They needed to be able to stand elbow to elbow with people in the community to work together, not to do anything, not to go and help them, not to do for them, but to be, we're doing this side by side, because in doing that they would get a chance to understand humanity. And over the years now, it's become more and more about that it's, how do I get them in places where they can see that there's the people that we often are fearful of are really just us. They're really just like us. And I couldn't do what I'm doing at any place else. I don't think I could do what I'm doing at another university. I don't think I could do what I'm doing in a public university, for sure. I took some students over to Walbridge Elementary School in the spring because they were going to do a program over. They wanted to do something over there, and we were meeting it with this group called APSI, which is the parent group in the school, and they were talking to my students and describing what's going on, and they looked at the clock and said, "Oh, it's almost 3 o'clock. This room's going to get busy really soon." And one of my students said, why is that?" And the woman that we were talking to said, "Because the kids are going to come in, they're going to want to know where they go." So the natural reaction to that question, to that statement was, "Oh, you mean what program will they be involved in this afternoon? Because it's an after-school program." And she said, "No, I'm going to push the phone across the desk, and where you're sitting right now, kids are going to come in, they're going to sit down in that chair, and they're going to pick up the phone, and they're going to start dialing mom. And when they dial mom, they're going to want to know, where do they go tonight to go to bed? Because they don't have any place." So that's why we'll get busy in here. And that the reason for that is that 70% of our kids are homeless. That most of our kids don't have a permanent home. They're not homeless in the sense that they're sleeping in boxes on the street, but they are transient homeless. And both my students, the two young women I was with, got really, really quiet. And we finished the conversation. We were walking out the building, and I said, "So what do you think?" And they both kind of just turned around, looked at me, and just said, "You know, I'm lost for words. I just don't know. I didn't know. I didn't know." And to me, once you know, you have to do something. If it's only up here and it's only sterile numbers, that's different than that conversation. That's different than that. And if we can convey that to people, if we can convey the intensity of that to people, maybe we'll stop failing schools for failing children. Because these kids, the day we were there was like during the time they were studying for the MAP test. So here's a group of kids in a school that are studying to pass a test that's like critical to their success, to not even their success, the school's success and being able to stay open. And they're spending the day thinking about, where will I be tonight, you know?